In one of the most explosive developments in modern Formula One history, Christian Horner has officially purchased Alpine for a staggering $665 million, just weeks before the 2026 Australian Grand Prix. The sport is now on fire, not just because of the massive transfer of power, but because of what this means for Red Bull, Max Verstappen, and the entire grid. Whispers of betrayal, secret investors, and a quiet war inside the paddock have now burst into full-blown reality. This is not just a business deal. This is a calculated move that could redefine the future of F1 and expose the deep fractures hidden behind championship-winning smiles.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are going inside F1 for what is, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, a detonation.
Not at all. It's a seismic event.
Right. The off-season's supposed to be quiet, a bit of reshuffling, some development news. Not this.
No, this is different. This is a power play.
It's arguably the most explosive move in the sport's recent history, so let's just get to it. The central, frankly astonishing fact is this. Christian Horner is back.
Months after that very public, very messy firing from Red Bull.
The team he built from nothing, and he hasn't just returned for a consulting gig, he has completed a €665 million cash-backed full acquisition of the Alpine F1 team.
The entire thing, it's not a pivot, it's a declaration of war.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, we're going to give you what you need to know. We're going to break down why he's back so fast, how he pulled off this massive deal, and what it actually means for the grid come Australia 2026.
And that speed is the tell. I mean, you don't just put together a deal worth $665 million in the weeks between Abu Dhabi and Christmas without having a massive chip on your shoulder.
And a very clear plan.
A very clear plan.
Yep.
Alpine was a team in total distress, right? After that catastrophic 2025 season.
Yeah.
They were desperate for a buyer. Horner didn't just show up with money. He showed up with a blueprint for revenge.
So let's set that stage. The vengeance play. You have to go back to July 2025, 20 years, multiple championships, and then Christian Horner is publicly fired from the dynasty he created.
And we have to be clear about the why here, because it's the key to everything that's happening now. This wasn't just a personality clash.
No.
It was a fight for control. Sources are really clear on this. As Red Bull got bigger, the corporate oversight from Red Bull GmbH in Austria got tighter. The friction with people like Helmut Marko, it just became impossible.
He was seen as having too much power.
Way too much.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give it up, so they pushed him out.
And that public humiliation, that's the fuel. But the core reason for this $665 million move wasn't just to get a job in F1 again. It was about regaining total, absolute control.
He was done answering to committees, done with marketing boards in Austria. Alpine is his clean slate. He answers to no one.
And the quote that's going around, it's ruthless.
I built one empire, now I'll build another and crush the old one. I mean, that's not corporate speak.
No, that is a mission statement. He's weaponizing an entire Formula One team against the people who fired him.
And to do that, you need more than just intent. You need a weapon.
Which brings us to the technical warfare. He's not just tweaking the old Alpine. He's poured an immediate additional €100 million into pure engineering aggression.
And that phrase, engineering aggression, is perfect. The mandate is to rip the rulebook apart.
What does that even mean heading into the massive 2026 regulation changes?
It means radicalism. Red Bull's design philosophy is, it's mature, it's established. Horner is telling his new team to take huge risks to find loopholes nobody else has seen. That $100 million buys you the ability to test those radical ideas without waiting.
So what are the first things you buy with that kind of cash?
Data and simulation. The factory at Enstone is already being called Horner's Fortress. They're doing massive, rapid upgrades. First up, the wind tunnel.
Why there?
Because with the new 2026 Aero rules, if your wind tunnel data is off by even a tiny fraction, your car is a dud. He's overhauling the calibration units to get undisputed perfect data immediately.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the really clever bit is the simulator overhaul. Simulators are everything now, especially with the new hybrid power units coming. The biggest challenge will be making the chassis and the PU work together.
Right.
A state-of-the-art simulator lets you test thousands of iterations, thousands of radical setups without ever touching the track. He's buying development time, essentially. He's trying to find solutions faster than Red Bull.
So it's all about pushing boundaries. It lines up with what we're hearing from an engineer who made the jump. He said Red Bull had become a PR machine.
A PR machine.
Yeah. and that Alpine under Horner is being built to be a racing weapon.
And that's a huge lure for talent, isn't it? He's basically telling the best engineers in the world, come here and you'll have total freedom, no corporate interference, no marketing meetings, just build the fastest car you could possibly imagine.
Which means when you're watching the season opener in Melbourne, that's not just a repainted Alpine.
Oh no.
You're watching a car designed for performance and, frankly, for spite. But a car is nothing without the team behind it.
And that's where this gets really interesting.
The secret army. He's not just buying hardware, he's poaching the best brains from across the grid. The sources are calling it a Frankenstein super team.
It's an incredible list. He's targeting Red Bull rebels, Ferrari defectors, McLaren outcasts. He knows exactly who's unhappy and where the weaknesses are in every other team.
So who are we talking about? Give us some of the names being whispered.
Well, the most damaging for his old team is a group of key engineers from Red Bull's 2021 and 22 title-winning cars. They've already jumped ship. That is a massive brain drain of IP.
And it shows their loyalty was to him, not the company.
Precisely. Then you've got external hires. Riccardo Adani, a top performance engineer from Ferrari, is reportedly on board. He brings all that Ferrari setup knowledge with him.
And it's not just those two teams.
No. We're hearing about a group from McLaren's Aero division who are unhappy with a restructure there. And for the pure psychological blow, there are serious talks with a former technical advisor to Toto Wolff. He's bleeding talent from everyone.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Is this not a recipe for total chaos? You get all these brilliant, maybe disgruntled people in one room, people used to different systems.
It's the single biggest risk. Absolutely. Talent doesn't automatically equal cohesion.
So how does he make it work?
Horner's management style thrives on this kind of high-pressure, singular focus. The unifying mission isn't some 5-year corporate plan. It's immediate. It's revenge. He's betting that the shared goal, plus the massive resources, will smooth over any friction.
And the early signs.
The early signs suggest he's right, which is terrifying for everyone else.
And this is all happening at lightning speed. The new Horner-led Alpine will debut at the Australian Grand Prix. The internal nickname for the car, a Red Bull killer in disguise.
We're not just guessing about the speed either. We have confirmed reports of a closed-door test at Jerez in mid-February.
Yeah.
The lap times were shockingly quick, reportedly close to Ferrari's pace. Think about that. A team that was a disaster in 2025 is now, just weeks after a takeover, in the mix.
That's insane.
It validates everything. The money, the new hires, the new focus. It's working. And if they're this fast now, while they're still getting organized, what happens 3 or 4 races into the season? Melbourne isn't a test session, it's a statement.
And that statement leads us straight into the psychological warfare. Because this is bigger than just lap times. Horner's return has already spooked the entire paddock.
Completely changed the dynamic.
Our sources say Red Bull is in a panic. They're scrambling to lock down their engineers with new contracts, trying to stop the bleeding. Toto Wolff is watching every single move. Everyone is looking at Enstone, not Milton Keynes or Maranello.
But the loudest thing in this whole affair is the silence.
The silence of the champion.
Max Verstappen. He has said absolutely nothing about Horner's return. Not a word.
And why is that so significant?
Because Max once called Horner the most important person in my career. In the middle of all that Red Bull infighting that got Horner pushed out, for Verstappen to now say nothing. It's deafening. It suggests a huge crack in the loyalty at Red Bull.
Horner knows that. He's exploiting it. The press conference in Melbourne is going to be an absolute circus. He'll be dropping hints about upgrades, sure, but the real damage is psychological.
And that leads to the big prediction we're hearing. The mid-season shock.
Yeah.
Horner isn't done recruiting. Paddock whispers suggest he's lining up a new driver partnership for mid-season. And the target is supposedly Oscar Piastri.
Wow. From McLaren.
The rumor is he's deeply unhappy there. A move like that, poaching a top young star from a rival, it would be the ultimate power move. It proves he can dismantle other teams at will.
So the message is clear. You pushed me out, now I'll push you off the top. This is going to define the entire 2026 season.
Without a doubt.
So let's wrap this up for you. What have we learned? Christian Horner is back with 3 terrifying advantages. 1, total control. 2, the most aggressive, fastest-moving engineering team on the grid. And 3, a very, very clear target, Red Bull.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. This isn't just about this season. Horner's operated with total freedom, attracting the best, most disgruntled talent. The short-term goal is to beat Red Bull on track. That's just the start.
So what's the end game?
If he proves Alpine is a real contender this year, the real question isn't just about winning races. It's whether Horner can pull off the ultimate act of revenge, poaching Max Verstappen when his contract is up in a few years.
Oh, wow.
If this first year is just the foundation built on spite, how high can this new empire actually rise? And what will the total catastrophic cost be for Red Bull for that one decision to let him go?
That is the 665 million question, and we are absolutely strapped in to find out. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the wildest power play Formula One has seen in decades.